in my own journey, it was like I had done so much work that was outside of how I had been treated my whole life, and started to see things in such a different light. And then when I went back, it was really confronting to me, right? To have to be put in this position where I'm doing and I'm providing care to people in a way that was like, no, this doesn't feel right to me. Like we could be talking about these aspects. Like we should be having a whole hour session with these people talking about their stress, like talking about their grief. I mean, this person just, they lost their wife this year. Like what kind of care have they had around that, right? Instead it's just pills and tests and treatments. And I was like, I had a panic attack actually. One of my first shifts back, I was sitting in the clinic room with the doctor and another nurse and the patient, and the doctor was just like, just wanted to push down his agenda, and the patient was just asking questions which I felt were very relevant and his right to ask. And I felt my entire body and like the room closing in on me. I felt like I was going to throw up. I was shaking, and I left that room and I was like, I can't do that. That's it. I'm done. Like I cannot go into that realm again and subject people to that when I know deep in my heart that they deserve so much more. There's got to be another way. And
Mhm.
that started me on this road, of providing care in this way that I do as a coach, just showing up for people in the capacity that I feel is my best gift to them, right? And mental health and emotional health, that's my realm. Like that's where and trauma, it's really where I spend a lot of time. But it wasn't until actually last year that I was even given language to what I had gone through and what it sounds like what you went through as well, which is moral injury, right? There was this video that went around and people were finally talking about it. It's not that it's not researched and has, language and documentation of moral injury and moral distress, but it's not talked about. Like I cannot remember a moment in nursing school where they talked about moral distress. But what I have learned is that it's inevitable.
Yeah.
Every single healthcare worker will go through it to some degree. It's when one of your internal values, something that you hold really true and important to you, is confronted with something you have to do as a healthcare provider, right? And so then we're left with a choice. Do I
Mhm.
do this thing and sacrifice my values, which we often do, right? Because we have to do this thing. Or do I courageously say, no, I'm not doing that. It doesn't feel right for me. I think we should take another route, another direction. And, even my mind's swirling because I think it's such a hot topic, and it's so relevant to so many nurses, even more so today as we're facing like these really moral and ethical dilemmas in healthcare. And I think back to when I was in the NICU in my first years of nursing, and I was confronted, and I was at a point where I was defiant. Like I was saying to doctors, no, I'm not doing it. No, I'm not doing it. And I was getting a reputation. And then I knew at that point, I was like, I got to get out of here. Like this is not an environment for me. But I didn't have language around it. I didn't know that it was even something I could get support with, or that there was other options. So I love that this conversation is happening, because what I think so many nurses need to know is that they have an option, that you don't have to continue to sacrifice your values in order to be a servant, in order to be a healer and someone who helps support people in their health journey, right?